Let me put on my whatchamacallit. You got some music?
Do I have music?
Mm-hmm.
Are you? It all depends on what you playing. It'll be copyright. You can't play
Oh,
copyrighted music.
okay.
I'm about to play some music though,
It all
right
depends on
quick.
what you playing. It'll be copyright. You can't play
I used to be in my feelings, then I turned up and got a spot. I can't say how much I made in that bitch, I just know it was a lot. I don't care no more if she loved me for real. I can't say how much I made in that bitch, I just know it was a lot. I don't care no more if she loved me for real. I can't say how much I made in that bitch, I just know it was a lot. I don't care no more if she loved me for real. I can't say how much I made in that bitch, I just know it was a lot. I don't care no more if she loved me for real. I can't say how much I made in that bitch, I just know it was a lot. I don't care no more if she
Somebody in the background need to mute. Do you also have it on your TV? Somebody in the background need to mute. Do you also have it on your TV? Somebody in the background need to mute. You also have it on your TV?
I just have it on the computer.
Just on the computer where you at right here?
I just have it on the computer.
Just on the computer where you at right here? All right, so I'm getting some feedback. Okay, I know where it's coming from. There you go. All right. That was me. My fault.
Long as she love my knot. They say, you hitting them with too much drip. I know I got a mop. I put my flow.
This is a certified hood classic.
I used to be in my feelings, then I turned up and got a spot. I can't say how much I made in that bitch, I just know it was a lot. I don't care no more if she love me for real, long as she love my knot. They say, you hitting them with too much drip. I know I got a mop. I put my flow in the microwave, I know I gotta blow, now it's hot. I was way too far ahead of my time, I had to slow down and stop. Before I pull up to the honeycomb, I got to go round the block. Looking in blind spots for any nigga think he on the low trying to plot. Go ahead.
Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Hankin TV, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's my boy. He put dope content over there.
This is a certified.
All right, what's up? It's Hankin TV. It's your boy JT. If I say I done it, I did it. I have best-selling author. Ghostwriter, director, book writing coach Aleta Williams in the house tonight from Watts, California. If you can you introduce yourself?
Hey, as he said, I am Aleta, best-selling author Aleta Williams. I am also director, producer of In the Hood. I'm a writing coach. I'm your favorite inspiring hood author, your homegirl. That's me.
So you had an interesting story. So can you first of all, again, tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Watts. I'm South Central. Watts is a little city in South Central Los Angeles. So I'm from Watts, California.
Okay, can you tell everybody how it was growing up in South Central?
Growing up in South Central was the norm for me. So people on the outside looking in, they probably would think it was a little harsh, tough, rugged, gang infested, a lot of shootings, and
right. So
in my area where I grew up at. But it was normal to me. So, but that's how I grew up.
Right. So how did that affect you growing up?
I actually affected me by I turned to the streets. I mean, my story is I was 6 years old when my mother was killed. My mother was killed actually in the next room where I was playing, and she died at my feet. So after my mom died, I had to go live with, of course, my grandmother, and I went to my father on the weekend. My grandmother's side of the family is from LA. I'm not sure what state you're in, but they're from LA. They consider that the low bottoms. And then my daddy, I grew up with my daddy, South Central in Watts. Growing up in Watts, I don't know, for some reason I automatically adapted to Watts. So I grew up with Parus. Some people call them Bloods. I grew up with the Parus, and eventually just hanging out there, I end up turning into one myself.
Right. Because before I even read your bio, when I seen your pictures, I automatically knew, like, damn. So if any questions I ask you, you don't have to answer them. Are you still affiliated?
I mean, I'm not. That's my neighborhood. Put it like that.
Okay.
That's my neighborhood. Mm-hmm.
All right. So you said you witnessed your mother being murdered at 6. I'm sorry to hear that. So,
Mm-hmm.
assuming you write from pain then. So how did you get into writing?
I don't technically write from pain. I write from experience and knowing stuff. So I don't know. I wouldn't consider it pain. I just consider it just going through things, experience, watching stuff that I went through, that other people went through. And I know it's entertaining for people that's in my neighborhood, and I know it's entertaining for other people that's on the outside looking in. So I write to entertain, and then I also write to inspire. So although as my first book, which is In the Hood, the one that turned into the movie, formerly titled Zip Codes, with that story, it was a challenge with my husband. He challenged me to write that story. And as I was writing it, the first character, it was actually him. He's from Compton. So I began to write it. The character is Debo. I began to write the character. Then I introduced myself to Lana, which was me, right, from Watts. And then I read probably like 10 pages. I ended up reading it to him, and he liked it. And he was like, finish. So that got me on it. So as I was writing, I was like, yeah, I fuck with them. I like them. You know what I mean? Lana, Debo. It's fun. It's entertaining, right? And I put the book down for a little bit. And then probably about a year, maybe, I don't know. I put it down for some time. It wasn't too long, but I remember I started going to church, and I gave my life to God. I now, I'm like this new church member that I want to be at church all the time. I want to know more about the Lord. I want to do right. So when he asked me, he was like, are you going to finish the book? And I was just like, I don't know, because how will I finish this book? And it's condoning gang violence and whatnot, right? So I didn't feel that I should, that I should continue to write the story, because I felt like I'm just promoting hood stuff, violence, right? And again, like I said, by me being a new Christian, then, I wasn't into that, right? So anyway, my pastor, Dr. Robertson, he's my pastor from Greater Faith Ministries. He always preaching, all you're getting understanding. Right. So one day I'm driving, and my husband, he always played this song, and this song was by Ice Cube. It's called Hood Mentality. And I began to play the song, and I'm listening to the song, and the beat is good, it's vibing, I'm listening to it. And and when I started listening, I was like, there it is there. I can write this story. Because when you listen to that song, Ice Cube, he's not glorifying the hood. He's letting you know X, Y, and Z. This is what happened. It's like, fuck school. I'm gonna grow up and be a dope dealer. I'm gonna sell dope to my aunt Priscilla. You know what I mean? So he's talking about, I'm gonna be like whoever, like a pimp, and all this type of stuff. So what he's doing, he's entertaining you, because y'all like the beat, y'all like the flow. And my husband, he bumping it, but at the same time, he's giving a message. So I said, I could write Zip Codes. I could write this. It's my life. It's my story. I went through it. God put me through it. I went through it. And although here's the message. Is what happened. Like my husband, he is Debo. He got, juvenile life when he was 15. He didn't get out until he was 23. You know what I mean? So, it happened. So I couldn't shy away from it just because it's the gang life and all this type of stuff. So that's why I said I write to entertain, to inspire. Like, this shit, you got her over here with AIDS, because she was doing this and stuff like that. Another character in one of my books. So yeah, that's how I got into it. And then I began to like it.
Right. So how many books have you written, published?
Published under Aleta, I believe, and it's crazy because I don't even keep count, but I believe it's about 32 under Aleta. I have a couple of under a co-author and I, we did under pen names. And then I also have a couple of under Alana. So I think I probably have maybe about 40.
40 books.
And I did a lot of ghostwriting projects. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a lot of books. So I also seen you doing a seminar, we'll say, to teach people how to finish their book.
Mm-hmm.
So can you explain that?
That's just, you have a lot of people over the years. I came out in 2010, and over the years, I had a lot of people reaching out to me, telling me that, they want to write their book, or they started their book, or they're going to write a book, or I got a cold story to tell. And they always ask, but I don't know where to start, or can you help me, or I'm stuck and I don't know how to finish. And I don't know, one day I was just I was thinking, and I was just like, you know what? Let me give them the techniques that I use to start and finish my book. So April and I went over with April, which is my business partner. She's an author of Stuck on Stupid and A Thuggish Love. She also helped me direct In the Hood. She was actually the main director in the Hood, the movie. With that, we just came up with the 7 steps that we use to finish the book. And if they follow the 7 steps, we believe that it'll get you through. It'll help you. It'll avoid writer's block. It'll get you through finishing your book. So we offer that class. We offer the workbook. And now I'm doing an in-person workshop just to get people out there, because my goal is I want you to follow your dream. You have people that's been writing for 2 years. It shouldn't take two years if that's your vision. I believe if it's your vision and you want to do it, then you need to do it. Right. Don't procrastinate, because God gave us all the gift of talent, all the gift and the talent to benefit off of it. So if your gift is to, your talent is to entertain, you can write. Your gift is to write, then go ahead and, make some money off of that. Or if you have a story to tell, like I did, you know what I mean? I haven't fully told a story about growing up, but if you have a story to tell, then tell that story. If it came to your mind that you want to tell it, tell that story, because it may help someone else.
Right. So for the people out there, can you explain like how it is like growing up as a female in a gang?
I don't know, because I was cold, so I don't know about how the female, honey. I was bad. I was cold. I did a lot of things. And all I could think of when I sit back and think about stuff, I just say that somebody was praying for me, because I, knock on wood, I only been arrested one time, but it had anything to do with that. I was just arrested for something with my daughter at her school. But other than that, somebody was praying for me. I did have a little karma. I mean, I used to do back in the day, I used to go out and I used to take shit that didn't belong to me. And I remember when I got out of that, I think I probably was about 25. Then somebody put a gun to my head and took my stuff. Right after I got over being mad, I automatically knew that was my karma. You know what I mean? I'd have been held hostage and stuff like that. So I already knew I got my karma, but I was bad. So it happened.
Right. So you have a lot of books you've written, co-authors. They say the best authors are people are avid readers. So what are some of the books that you have read?
My favorite, that's my grandson, y'all. My favorite is, I done read a lot. Shit, I read a lot. My favorite back in the day, Tracy Brown.
Y'all read Tracy Brown.
Wahida Clark, Quan, Ashley and Jaquavis. All the old school. I done read a couple about Iceberg Slim. I read a lot. Who else? My favorites though, but those are my favorites. Wahida, Quan, Tracy Brown, Ashley and Jaquavis, Cash. Yeah, those are my favorites.
The reason I asked, Williams. The reason I asked, I've done 10 years in prison, so I read a lot of books. And a book that I read from someone also from California was Cupcake Brown. Are you familiar with Cupcake Brown? Your stories are very similar.
No, I'm not familiar.
She was a female. She had grew up in foster care. She ended up getting in a gang. She didn't have a GED. She ended up getting drugs, but she ended up getting on drugs. But she ended up becoming a partner in one of the largest law firms in California. And once I read your bio, that kind of reminded me of her. So, what you think would be your most popular book or your most popular series?
My most popular series is actually to date is Salty, a Ghetto Soap Opera. That's a 10-part series. The first book came out in 2012, and I believe the last one came out in 2017. But that's my most popular, and then the Why series. Why me?
Okay, but by having so many parts, can you give us like a synopsis to the first one?
Just a girl growing up in Watts, dealing with snake family. Remember I told you I write about experiences. So dealing with snake family members, how this particular cousin, she admired this cousin so much and she want to be like this cousin. And in her eyes, this cousin can't do no wrong, but all the time, this cousin is jealous of her. She's backstabbing her. She's doing this and that. You have the sister, the mom, She's from the from the Jordan Down Projects, and she ended up getting AIDS because of something with her dude, being in love with her nigga, and she ended up doing something, to help him out to save his life, and she ended up getting AIDS. So just a bunch of drama, the stuff that I seen around in the neighborhoods.
Right. And I also agree with you, and I'm kind of dealing with the same thing. I also believe experience is the best teacher. That's the kind of way to kind of guide and lead our young people. So what are a message you have for our young people?
For the young people, just follow your dreams. Don't believe them when they tell you can't do nothing. They told me that, and you just have to have a strong mind and tell yourself you can. People that down talk you as a kid are just adults who's not healed, adults who's going through something themselves, because if they believed in themselves, then they wouldn't down talk you. So F them, whatever they say, it doesn't matter. Teachers, I don't care who it is. Any type of superior that down talk, any adults that down talk you, F them. Just remember, they all effed up in the head. That's why they're down talking you instead of trying to encourage you. So do your thing, follow your dreams, whatever your vision is that you have, go after it. Go after your vision. Don't rush to have babies. Save your money. And you don't have to spend your money to float show for the next person, but save. Don't rush to be in a relationship with nobody. Love yourself first. And follow your dreams, make money. And save it.
Most definitely. I'm also a fellow author myself. So without giving up too much from your workshop or your book that you have, what's some things you suggest to people like writer's block?
I would suggest that they go to AletaWilliams.com and get that workbook, and it's going to tell you how to get over that writer's block.
Right. That's good promotion. I like that. And for the people that's watching, I have the link to the short film In the Hood in the comments, which you can click the link, go check that out. So what are you working on now? Right now,
I have another movie for the Y movie. We started auditioning, and we started, but we stopped. So I have the Y movie. We're going to do that, and then I have a kids stage play that should be happening in the next couple of months. And Hey Girl, How Bad Do You Want It? My conference that's going to be next year, April 9th conference. Hey Girl, How Bad Do You Want It? So that's the women's empowerment conference. So right now we're trying to do the stage play for the kids, and then the Y movie.
Okay. So also as a fellow author myself, like I said, and you getting into films, and we know everything is basically going to where people got their phones in their hand, everything, things is going to digital content. So are you going to start leaning like more towards films?
Yeah, we're going to do, I'll say we, because like I said in my business partner, April, yeah. So it's going to be more, films. The writing is fun. It gets fun, but you know what I think about, I have to say, I have all these books, then you might as well turn them into turn them into movies, as well as the workshop. So yeah, mostly films, and stage plays.
Right.
That's the plan for starting next month.
Right. You have a lot of books. So coming from your background and growing up gang affiliated, you said running the streets. I know you never thought you'd probably be in this position or be an author. How did it make you feel?
I did, actually. Okay. And that's what I'm telling these young kids. So even when I was bad, I don't know where it come from, the seed come from, but even when I was bad and I was out there and I was doing this, I was doing that, and even then, I already knew that I was going to be somebody. I always visualized my ending. I was the kid that my grandma would take you to Kmart, and instead of over there looking at all the clothes, I'll be over there as a kid looking at the business attire and picturing corporate outfits I want to wear to corporate America. You know what I mean? I was a dreamer, a big dreamer. I was the kid that ride on a bus and looking at abandoned apartments and thinking about opening them up and getting teen girls up in there. So I always been a dreamer. So I always knew that what they said, it probably affected me, but unconsciously it did. But I already knew they didn't know what they were talking about. You're going to be a welfare mom. And I probably was on welfare about 3 years of my whole life. And that's because I had a setback, lost my job at the bank. But other than that, I've been working all my life. And, no. So I always knew that I'm going to achieve what I want. Probably didn't know it was going to be art, but when I had the vision to write the book, then I already knew that was going to come to pass, and I wasn't going to stop until I made money off of it.
Right.
And I did.
So by you having so many books, like what's your process?
What you mean?
Like setting up stories. That's a lot of publications for you. You know, like you said, you write from experiences. So like, what's your process? You think about a story, or you see something happening, you get an idea.
Yeah, I think about mostly like with the salty is like that book went on and on and on. Once you start writing, you know, your creative juices start flowing. So the process, I'll just think of something and just go. Like the last book I did under no, that wasn't the last book. I did a book called Dice, and that's a Black woman, white male book. And I did that based on because I have a lot of people and people in my family, you know, they have interracial relationships and stuff like that. And how a lot of Black people, I'm not trying to push nobody on anybody, but you know how a lot of Black people don't think that like the white boys are cool, you know what I mean? And they got swag and stuff like that. And, you know, and just showing you they sexy too, they human too. And, you know, they do this and that. But it was fun for me to write that. So, yeah, it's just whatever I think about, let me do this, let me do that.
Right. So, what's some authors you have worked with in the industry?
My business partner, April Cox. We did Double Dose. Huh?
I had seen you had a picture with Quan.
Oh yeah. He's a real inspiration. He's always ready to give you, you know, a jewel. Yeah, he can hit him up anytime in his inbox or whatever. See him in person. He's a cool guy. He's real cool. Yeah, real cool. Not cocky, just real cool and willing to help you.
And is there anyone you want to work with?
Tyler Perry. No, I don't know. Probably Tyler Perry. That's about it.
Definitely a good one. That's just a good one. Would you mind, if anybody in the audience had any questions, would you mind answering a few questions?
Shoot.
Does anyone have any questions? If anybody has any questions, I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna put the link in the comments. You can tap the link and come up.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Reddy? I'm on live too. But yeah, so what's the name of your book that you wrote?
The name of my book is called Hankin, In Love with the Game.
Okay. That's on Amazon too?
Yes, also on Amazon. Like I was saying, I did 10 years in prison, and I got locked up in 99, and that's basically when what people call street books really became popular. So I was reading them, and I grew to like them. So one time I was in prison, and they had brought because I'm in Ohio.
How long you said you did?
I did 10 years.
10.
So I'm in Ohio, and that's where Vicky Stringer's from. So
Vicky, I forgot about her.
Yeah. So one time they had brought her into the prison, you know, to talk about her books and tell us about herself, and you know what I'm saying, what she had been through, and she was asking some questions, and all the questions she's asking, I knew all I was answering because I had read all the books. So after it was over, she asked me, did I want a job? So I said, yeah, I want a job. So what I would do is I was a reader. So when people submitted their manuscripts to Triple Crown, they would send them to me, and I would read them, and then I let them know if they were worth being looked in further in-house. And I didn't really want to write a book. I really wanted to be behind the scenes. So once again, I got locked up again, and I just had this story, and it just kept. I just had this story just keep coming up. And I've always been a good writer. You know, doing 10 years in prison, you write a lot of letters. So I just sat down and wrote the book.
All them line letters, huh?
Yeah, a lot of letters.
From line letters.
And it came out to be a good story. So I went ahead and got it published.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out too. Oh, okay. So you was reading over her manuscripts.
Yeah. And I did that for a while, I guess. And then once I got out, you know how it is, recidivism rate. I fell back into the streets and let it go. You know,
okay, somebody asked on here, what keeps me motivated on bad days? On bad days, what keeps me motivated is I got to shake it off. So I am still human. So I probably end up snapping about 4 or 5 times before I realize that, you know what I mean, that something is trying to take my joy away from that day. And I'll think about like, if I don't get a chance to get it tomorrow, then I'll, you know what I mean? Then I wasted my time. So what I would do is I would turn on some gospel real loud and just sing real loud, just try to shake it off. And then from there, normally it works. If it doesn't work, then I'll probably go for a walk, go for the drive, or go to the grocery store. And grocery store is my therapy. Go up in there, just get away from everybody. Because the only thing that really give me a bad day is, to be honest, and I was talking to my friend about that yesterday, is these damn kids. I have a 28-year-old, a 22-year-old, and a 14-year-old. And I find myself worrying about their problems, which, you know what I mean, more than I find myself worrying about their problems. And that's what really gives me like gloomy days, I think.
Right. And then once street books became popular, you know, authors started popping up just like rappers. So and by the game being like, I'm really gonna call it saturated, but by us having so many different authors and things going to film now, what are some of the struggles you ran into when you started out to make your film?
In the film, I just went head first, kind of like I did with my first book. So I don't the struggle I would say is I didn't do the budget. I just went into my savings. I said I felt like I wasn't doing anything. And I said, you know what, let me go ahead and just shoot this movie, because I felt like I'm just sitting here not doing nothing. And, you know, and so I think that was it. Just diving in, not having a budget plan, not even knowing what house I'm going to who's going to house the movie. You know what I mean? I just jumped in and just did it. The same thing I did with that first book. I just did it. And basically I did it because I said that I was, you know what I mean? I said I was going to turn it into a movie. I waited and waited and waited, but that was it. I would say, like, before you dive in, just have all, if you're like me and just spontaneous, just have all, you know what I mean? Everything down to a T, what you're going to do, how much you're going to budget. I found myself spending, you know, I didn't pay my actors, but they're Ubers, you know what I mean? They live, like, some live far. Some of them didn't have a ride, the Ubers, the venues I didn't budget for any of that. And when I go back and look at it, I'm like, damn, I spent all this money. Right. Because I didn't, and that's kind of like with the 7 steps. Like, you know, you start writing your books and stuff like that, but if you don't have structure, you don't have an outline of what you're going to do, and even after the book is done, what you're going to do, then it's like a whole waste of time. You're going to look at it like, you know, you did all that. You just need structure. So that's what I didn't do. I spend a lot of money.
Right. So going from an author to a first-time filmmaker, did you get the feedback back that you expected?
No, I didn't. Well, the feedback, the people who watched it, so far they enjoyed it, but I didn't get to where, to be honest with you, I don't even know, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't even know what I was looking for. All I know that I wanted to just finish the movie. I wanted to do the movie.
Right.
I wanted to showcase the talent in the hood. You know, my son, he's Debo, he's the main character. My daughter, she's a co-star, Nikki. Then they're friends who all rap. So I have a lot of rappers from Compton. They're from Compton. My daughter's the only one from Watts. A lot of rappers from Compton that starred in the movie. Underground rappers, you know, that's, you know, I guess they call this Instagram famous, you know what I mean? So I wanted to showcase them too. So that's what I was looking for. I didn't go on backstage or anything. I was just looking for talent in the hood to showcase them. Right. So I didn't, and that's another thing. I didn't have an ending where I wanted. So I can't blame anything. So you always got to have an ending. Okay, you're going to do the movie, but then what's next? What you going to do with it? What you going to do with this? But same thing with your book, with anything. So I didn't have an ending. I just knew that I wanted to do it. And then I guess that was my ending. I wanted to do it and I did it.
Right.
So the next one, I know what to do next. With the children's play, the stage play, the next movie, I know what to do. I know what to do next.
Right. So what I'm gonna do right now, for the people who haven't seen it, I'm gonna give them a little sneak peek and let them see a little bit of the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm gonna open the gate. Hey. Look. When I said I'm a nigga, it was the truth. I could show you 100 and that's the truth. I wouldn't sell a rapper if it wasn't true. If I catch you in traffic, what would you do? I guess it's like you with 30, can't duck or screw. Bullets ripping your body, now he can't move. Niggas with attitudes, we act the fool. Never been problem solving, we break the rules. When I said I'm a nigga, it was the truth. I could show you 100 and that's the truth. I wouldn't say a rapper if it wasn't true. If I catch you in traffic, what would you do? I guess it's like you with 30, can't duck or screw. Bullets ripping your body, now he can't move. Niggas with attitudes, we act the fool. Never been problem solving, we break the rules. Hey, I bought my first gun at 16. The motto been if you reach, then he get the whole 15. I fell in love with K's and red beams. If the homies call my phone, then I know that the shit green. Since the youngest seen them dope fiends. Main reason I like fast cash and fast cars and gold teeth. You got a problem, then approach me. Most niggas get in public and they swear that they don't know me. I'm getting money ducking police. I'm just trying to touch some real, these niggas worry about the wrong things. Just so you know it's no exposing me. Keep the real on my side, every right, that's how it's supposed to be. Lame nigga, why you posting me? If you looking for some clout, I'ma put you where you supposed to be. You funny nigga, you a clone of me. All these niggas, they my sons and I love them, bring the throne for me. When I said I'm a nigga.
I woke up around 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning, determined to shake the spot before my parents woke up. They had it bad for questioning my reason for leaving the house so early and my choice of clothes. I was G'd up. Cleaner pressed tan khaki suit with the white t-shirt underneath and my gang hat, Philly Peas. I took a quick second to decide on if I wanted to wear my red Chucks or Nike Cortez. I went with the Nikes just in case I had to run. When I stepped onto the porch, I was greeted by the California summer heat. Another hot day in Bompton, I thought. I wasn't complaining. I love the bitty and all that it brought. Hood functions, block parties, car shows, and half-dressed bitches. Because of all the outdoor activities, niggas was more likely to get caught slipping, which is why summer was considered homicide season. It didn't matter, as long as my homies were the one laying them down. I was hungry as hell, so my first stop was Tams. Tams was located on Rose Brands and Benchel. Benchel was so busy you'll never know who you'll see in traffic. That's why you have to stay alert at all times.
Hi, can I take an order?
This is my son, y'all, my only son.
If y'all want to see the rest, you got to click the link. You got to click the link and go check it out.
What's up, cousin?
But I had became familiar with you on Facebook one day, and I had ran across it and I had checked it out. So I had decided I wanted to get you on the show because you know what I'm saying. I'm like I want to see everybody win. I want to see people win. You know,
I
and I already
appreciate
know it'd be better and easy for people else to win once we get other people behind us.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, you know, it would be nice to bring you up on the show. Like I was telling everyone, the Venmo link is in the comments if you would like to check it out. And also, can you tell people how to get in contact with you if you want to purchase a book?
Yeah, if you guys want to purchase paperback, I have a special going on right now. Make sure you use I got 10, got 10, 10, and that'll give you $10 off on any book that you purchase. Okay, not just the entire order. So I have a Christmas sale. You go to my website, ArthurAletaWilliams.com. Place your order so you can get those books. Give them away for Christmas gifts. I don't deliver anymore, but if you know your family, then of course I'll come over there and stop by. Excuse me, or have my daughter stop by and give you guys the book. Check out the movie though. You got to check out the movie. You got to tell your friends about the movie. Check it out. It's hood, but when it also has a message. So like I said, everything I do, it does have a message in there. So check that out so you guys can maybe to get to the person who like to judge us from the hood, and maybe they can understand our story a little bit more too. So yeah, help me spread the word on that. No, it's not on Tubi. It's not for free. It is $10. And if you want to, go ahead and support me.
Right. And also, can you tell everyone where to find you on social media?
Aleta, best-selling author Aleta Williams. You can find me there. You can find me on Instagram at bestselling_author Aleta Williams, or just type in my name, Aleta Williams, on Amazon, or even on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll be there as well.
Okay, I appreciate it. I really appreciate you coming through. I'm definitely gonna check out the movie some more. Also be hitting you up for some books.
Yeah.
Is before you go, is there any messages you want to give to our youth again?
No, like I said, just follow your dreams. Do what you want. If you visualize it, if God gave it to you, then it's yours. And now it's up to you to get it. So, like I said, faith without works is dead. Believe in yourself and just go after it. Nobody can stop you. I'm from the hood. Nobody would never thought the girl from the hood fighting and doing X, Y, and Z. My first job was working in the bank in the Wilshire near Beverly Hills area. But for 3 years, and I stayed in the banking industry. You wouldn't think that. And then I go right back to the hood and do what I do until I grew out of it. You know what I mean? So you wouldn't think that. So, yeah.
All right. I appreciate you coming through. I hope you get some.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you definitely hope you get some feedback, and I really appreciate you coming in.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna check out your book too.
Okay, thank you.
All right, have a good one.
All right, you too. What's up, man? I appreciate everybody coming through. That right there was a little inspirational. Miss Aleta Williams, like she said, she had a we don't really call it trouble. We call it traumatic childhood. You know, she witnessed her mother being murdered at 6 years old. And look where she's at today. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. You can do it. You know, I can't bring y'all the drama and the mess every day, man. Sometimes I gotta bring a positive message up, man, because we definitely need to see it's a better way, man. That's what's wrong right now. You know what I'm saying? All we've seen is negative and being force-fed negative stuff. So sometimes I gotta give us an even balance, man. So for the people that like the messy stuff and the drama, or the rappers, man, just bear with me. Like I say, sometimes I gotta give us a positive message too, man. And I'm a big cheerleader for the underdog, man. I want to see everybody win. I want to see I ain't calling nobody small, not calling her small, but I want to see the small people win, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see us up there with the Tyler Perrys, you know what I'm saying, and the Oprah Winfreys and stuff like that, man. Today is the 1 year anniversary of Dolph's death. I want to say RIP Dolph, man. Everybody, if you can, throw some Dolphins in the comments. Share this video, man. If you haven't, subscribe to the channel. Let's get these numbers up, man. I posted a bid to 1,000 subscribers, man. Y'all ain't supporting your boy. What I gotta do? I gotta get messy. Nah, I ain't gonna get too messy, but I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Make sure, man, y'all go through and check out that film In the Hood and hit her up for them books, man. We gotta start supporting each other, man. And that's the purpose of the platform. Support, man. We ain't gonna never make it if we don't support each other, man. It ain't a competition, man. So like I said, man, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, hit that like button, share it, tell your friends, and follow me. Also follow me on IG, man. I'm trying to get my IG jumping too at Hankin_TV. What I got coming up Tuesday? I got K-Red Apparel coming up. Another clothing designer from Ohio. He got some nice gear. I got him coming up Tuesday, and then Thursday, Thanksgiving. So I probably ain't gonna do nothing for Thanksgiving. I might go live. But like I said, I got to give it even balance and bring up some positive. So I'm gonna hit y'all with the K-Red, the clothing designer. And Thursday when I go live, man, I might go ahead and get messy for y'all, man. Because I've been getting a lot of DMs. I've been getting people's paperwork in, and I also been getting some DVDs in of buy tapes and wires. So I might share that. I don't know. It all depends. So man, I appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. Don't forget, check out best-selling author Aleta Williams. Check out her films, buy her books. Also, man, hit me up, man, to buy my book. It's the holidays. Hit me up. Hit me in the DMs. You never know, I might give you one. And also hit me up for the Hankin t-shirt. And for y'all that don't know, the word Hankin mean when you can supply the demand and consistently turn a profit. So hit me up for a t-shirt. Hit me up for a copy of the book. And also, if there's anybody y'all know that y'all want to see on the show and learn more about, let me know or reach out to them and have them get with me. All right, I'm about to I got some things to do. I'm about to prepare some stuff for y'all. Also, I got the for Thanksgiving. That ain't what I'm gonna eat for Thanksgiving, but I'm about to do a prison meal Thanksgiving cooking video. So look for that. I'm gonna do it Monday, so be looking for that like Tuesday. You'll be surprised at the ingenuity and what we turn things to in prison. So be looking for that video. So like I said, man, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend, and hit me up. Thank y'all. I'm out.